Hello everyone, this is HammerTron here with a new action figure review for you. This time I am reviewing the Fortnite Legendary Series Abstrakt action figure. This is a 6-inch action figure from Jazwares based on the Fortnite game by Epic Games. This came out in 2019, but I bought this through an online store sometime during 2020 or 2021. And here it is in a nice window package where we can see the action figure and the accessories that it comes with. The window package wraps around to the side. Very nice. And the top, so it lets in a lot more light. I like these packages. I can see what I'm getting before I get it, so it just increases my satisfaction. I just feel safer and more secure knowing what I'm getting before I actually get it. So here is the front of the package. There is the top. Here is the bottom with some manufacturing information. Here is one side, the other side, and the back with a nice picture of Abstrakt, and his quote is, "The writing's on the wall." And this is part of Series 2 from the Fortnite Legendary Series by Jazwares. These are the other action figures in Series 2 with more coming soon. So I will open this up and review the action figure itself in just a moment. Here are the accessories that come with the Abstrakt action figure. We have a couple of face plates here. Slightly different facial expressions, mostly around the eyes. Looks like they've done a nice job sculpting these, and we're supposed to be able to plug these into the head once we remove the other one. So that's an interesting idea. And here is a balloon. I'm not sure what this balloon is for, but it's a pretty hard balloon, and it fits into the hand of the action figure. And here we have a rifle with a scope on it. So it's nicely sculpted and has some painting detail on it. So I do like how this looks. This is good for some dioramas or displays with a military conflict or a gunfight or something like that. Here's a pistol with a silencer or suppressor. So that looks nice. Nicely painted and sculpted. And then here's a back bling. There is a lot of detail on this back bling. So I did try plugging this into the back of the action figure, and we want to be careful. We want to make sure that we plug it into the hole straight, otherwise this part will bend because it's a bit rubbery and we don't want to break it. So watch out for that when plugging it into the back of the action figure. And then here is the harvesting tool. Looks like a paint roller with a crowbar tied to it. So it's a lot of nice sculpting and painting on this. So I'm impressed with the amount of work that they put into the small accessories and all the details they added to them. So makes a very nice addition to the action figure. Here is the Abstrakt action figure. Let's take a look at how tall this action figure is. Looks like it is just a little more than 6 inches tall, maybe about 15.5 centimeters tall. So it's a nicely sized action figure. Let's take a look at some of the details here. Seems to have a nicely sculpted face there with a hat, kind of pliable plastic there, and a hood and some sort of gas mask to use while painting. Now this hood is pretty stiff and I have not been able to remove it, and I can't really move this gas mask out of the way, so I don't think I can change the faces. So this faceplate is stuck in the head and I can't change it to another one. So that's too bad. Has a stiff collar here for the vest, and then some strap that goes around the body here. And the arms. Lots of sculpting detail to show the wrinkles in the clothing. Nicely sculpted hands and fingers. So these fingers are meant to be trigger fingers. A little bit of painting or paint splotches on the vest, because this is a painter, so some paint drips onto the clothes. I don't really see a whole lot on the arms here. Some interesting design there. So this is a little bit pliable, but I don't think we can remove this at all. We don't really want to. Here's the peg hole. When we put in the back bling or the backpack, we want to make sure we get the peg on the backpacks perfectly straight to push in. Otherwise, we'll bend it out of shape. And it looks like he's wearing sweatpants. So a lot of sculpted wrinkles in the sweatpants. I don't really see any paint splotches here, but then there's some nicely sculpted sneakers with some blue paint splotches here and there. Little details on the bottom of the feet and the peg hole in the heel. Some more sculpted work on the back here. So it looks like one of those winter vests. So I think the sculpting is pretty nice. Yeah, it looks like a civilian type character or figure, so I want to use this in the background as a civilian character while the good guys and the bad guys are fighting. Let's take a look at the articulation. Now, because of the hood, which might be removable, but I don't want to try very hard to remove it, I can't really get the head to do very much. I could probably turn it just a little bit, but I can't get him to look up or down. So I'm a little disappointed with the limitation there. And yeah, I don't want to take this off, because I think once I take this hood off, it'll be very difficult to put back into place, and it will always be loose in the future. And let's look at the shoulder joints. I think there are butterfly joints, because I can get that to move there. Same thing with this one. Looks like a butterfly joint. And the shoulders, this one goes up. There's some ratcheting there. It's as far up as it'll go. This shoulder, I have not been able to get to move up or down, so it's just stuck. So this will go around. This will actually go around too. And there are bicep cuts on both sides. That works. Double jointed elbows. More than 90 degrees, so very nice. And the wrist will turn. This one is pretty stiff. There are hinges. Hinges in the wrist. Finger joints here. And is there a hinge on this wrist? Yes. And then there are finger joints. So, very nice. I'm afraid the finger joints are going to get loose, and then it will be impossible for this action figure to hold anything. There's a diaphragm cut. We can turn. We can crunch just a little bit. Bend back just a little bit. So it's pretty stiff. Goes around. And I think there is a waist cut, but I have not been able to get it to turn more than this. And I don't want to force it. So I'm a little disappointed about that. Then we get to the hips. We can do the splits there. There's some ratcheting in these joints. We can kick forward that much. Kick forward that much. And nope, can't go back. There are upper thigh cuts. So those work. They're double jointed knees. So those work. Not too bad. And there are no boot cuts here. The ankles will go down. This ankle is very stiff. Okay, this one will go down. This one is very, very stiff. I don't want to force it. This ankle will go up. Not this one. Just doesn't really want to go up or down. And we have ankle pivot. Just a little bit. This side works. And then there's toe articulation, just a little bit. So not very much. So all in all, I'm pretty disappointed with the articulation of this action figure. No waist movement. This shoulder joint doesn't want to move. This ankle joint doesn't want to move. And I can't really get the head or the faceplate because this part is too stiff, and if I really loosen it up, it probably won't ever go back to the way it was. So far I'm pretty disappointed with this action figure. Let's see if I can even get this to stand again. Yeah, barely. So there it is, Abstrakt. Here is Abstrakt with some of his equipment on. He's holding his harvesting tool here, and he's holding the suppressed pistol there. And due to the limitation of the shoulder joint, there's not a whole lot I can do with that, but this pose still looks alright. And there is the back bling. So we do want to be careful when plugging it into the back to make sure we plug it straight into the hole, otherwise the peg on the back bling or backpack will bend, and we certainly don't want to do that. Also had a little trouble making sure it gets balanced, so we have to work with the legs to see how we can get it balanced. Here's Abstrakt next to a couple of 4-inch action figures. On the right is a 4-inch action figure from the Animal Planet set I reviewed a while ago, and on the left here is Technique, the Fortnite solo mode action figure by Jazwares. They are both painters. Technique also has a hood which I had taken off, and now I can't really get the hood to stay in place. So this is part of why I don't want to try very hard to remove the hood from Abstrakt. Here is Abstrakt next to a couple of 6-inch action figures. On the left is Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic, and on the right is the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin White Ranger. Both of those are made by Hasbro, and these are good guy characters, so I think Abstrakt would be useful in a display or diorama as a civilian caught between battles between good and evil. Here is Abstrakt next to a 6-inch action figure Fortnite Legendary Series Havoc on the left by Jazwares, and a 7-inch action figure Masters of the Universe Masterverse He-Man by Mattel on the right. So looks good together. The HammerTron Sledgehammer rating for Abstrakt is just not very good. I do like the accessories. The accessories look neat. Looks like they did a lot of work to sculpt them and paint them, so the accessories look good. And the action figure itself looks pretty good. It's useful as a civilian character to put in a display or diorama in the background doing some work, or getting caught in a crossfire between battles of good and evil. But the shoulder joint and the waist joint and the ankle joint, and also the problem with the hood on the head, all those are just problems that I don't think need to be there for an action figure. I want to be able to use every part of the action figure. That's part of what I bought it for. So This is a good pose for the action figure being caught in a battle where he gets wiped out. But I'd still like to be able to use this action figure in a display or diorama before the battle starts so that he looks like he's alive and well. So, anyway, I'm not too pleased with this particular action figure due to the joints. Otherwise, it's a pretty good action figure. Thank you for watching my review video. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with my future reviews. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.